Well, good morning, everybody, and thank you for joining us. Welcome to Toronto. Welcome, distinguished government representatives, ladies and gentlemen, and the entire ICANN community. On behalf of CIRA, Canada's cctld.ca, I welcome you to Canada and certainly to ICANN 45. I'd also like to take a moment to acknowledge and thank ICANN for entrusting CIRA with the hosting duties for this very important meeting. This is Fadi Chahadi's first ICANN meeting as its new CEO, and I'd like to extend a very special welcome to him. I think we'd all acknowledge that it's not an exaggeration to say that the internet is at a critical juncture right now. The global domain name ecosystem is about to radically change with the introduction of many, many new GTLDs. And over the past years, we've witnessed a number of challenges to the multi-stakeholder model for governing the internet. The model that ICANN has more or less used successfully since its inception. These challenges are becoming more varied and more frequent. And as a result, ICANN has found itself thrust into an ever more public role, with a stronger global acceptance of its mandate as a basic requirement. These are busy and complicated times for ICANN. And I commend Fadi for taking on his new role as CEO earlier than expected. It goes without saying this is a critical juncture, and it's incumbent upon you, Fadi, to do a great job, not only as the leader of a global organization, but in ensuring ICANN's operations are carried out in a manner that is beyond reproach. And above all, we look to you to lead us in developing and championing the multi-stakeholder model. So no pressure, Fadi. No pressure. But let me be the first to say that from everything that I have seen to date in your brief tenure, it's very promising, very promising. But I also know that you can't do it alone. So I think that it is our collective obligation, those in this room and online, those who are invested in this space, to act as ambassadors for the model and in an effort to support the important work of ICANN and its leadership. Together, we need to support Fadi and ICANN as it moves through this inflection point into the next phase of its existence. We need to work together to create a strong and stable foundation upon which ICANN's new leadership team can succeed. Over the coming week, please approach this meeting with a commitment to openness and transparency, and with recognition that what we are discussing has global impact. It behooves each and every one of us to work together, not just to advance our own personal goals or those of our organizations, but with the recognition that what we are discussing has serious global impact. With that said, I welcome you to Toronto, my old hometown, and to Canada, my country. Toronto is one of the most wired cities in the world, and Canadians are among some of the most engaged internet users in the world. We're very much a tech-centric nation, so it's only fitting, I think, that I can hold a meeting here. We're tremendously honored to be your host, and hope you have a chance to really explore Toronto, this wonderful city. I promise the weather's going to get better in the next couple of days, so you can explore it without a rain jacket. I dialed up the better weather, but it's coming via snail mail, not internet speeds. So, please also take the opportunity to come to our booth, which is right next door, to get information about the city, and dare I say it, get your free beaver. I look forward to hosting the gala on Wednesday night at the CN Tower, which is just down the street and is the fairly obvious building on the graphic behind me. It'll be our pleasure to welcome 1,500 of our closest friends from around the world over for dinner. That said, the discussions that are going to be held in this building over the course of the next week will literally be felt around the world, and that level of importance is not lost on CIRA, and I hope not on this crowd, although I'm sure it's not. So have a great week, enjoy Toronto, and thank you very much for joining us here.